Two sisters, two voices.
You think it, we say it.
Straight up sisters with Roxy and LaSusie.
I am fearless. I am energetic. I am bold. I am unapologetic.
They're coming. Straight up sisters with Roxy and LaSusie.
Eso, mi negro. What's up, Chris?
Greetings.
What's up, squad?
Choked up in my
What's up, Susie?
in my words.
Hugo. Anyways, y'all, happy another week, man. I praise the Lord and hallelujah that we're alive and here to see another day with all the fuckery that is happening in the world. My God, gratitude is at an all-time high for me, and then sadness at the same time. It's like both can exist at the same time to really see like what the heck is happening around us. And shout out to everybody that went to the protest throughout the weekend. This past weekend,
you
Susie
know
was
I
out
was
there.
there. You know I was there.
Susie went to the one in Riverside. I have a few friends. I went to the one in LA. I wanted to go, but my intuition was like, no, all I need is one fucking idiot to just like.
Don't let the media fool you, bitch.
Yeah.
It's not. It was peaceful. I'm going to tell you what. I was at the one in Riverside, and I don't know if it's because of the unity that was felt there or because Riverside is my hometown. To me, it was so emotional to be in the street with the people of all ages, of all colors, together for the same reason. Together because of the inhumanity that we're seeing our immigrant brothers and sisters have to suffer through right before our eyes. Also for like standing together to say like, no, everything else, every other right that's attempting to be stripped away from us isn't right, and we won't stand for it. It was beautiful. It wasn't ugly. And I know in Riverside, before y'all try it, there was
try
somebody. Try me to tell me that I should think or feel.
I wanted to ask.
certain
I wanted
kind
to
of way.
ask you about that. Like, who's been coming for you on social media?
Just random people. I don't know these people.
But like, what
so
are they
for them
saying?
to think that this is LAX and they need to announce their departure, it just tickles my pickle because I'm like,
people
I don't
always
care,
announce
bitch. I don't even know you.
departures.
Let's start there. Like, you know me. I don't know you. And even if I did know you, even if it was a client or even if it was a relative or even if it was a friend, and they said, hey, I can't follow you anymore, Susie, because I don't like the stance that you're taking, bye. Leave. I don't care because life's still going to go on, number one. And number two, we can disagree on a lot of things. I can disagree with you on a lot of things. You and I don't agree on a lot of things. I could disagree with you and I can still love you and hold space for you in my life. But we cannot agree to disagree on humanity.
Yeah.
And the way people are treated.
On what's
If
right
you
and what's wrong,
stand
what's inhumane.
10 toes down on the way that this administration is treating certain groups of people and you stand on that, I don't want to be your friend. I don't. If I find out that about you and we are currently friends, we will no longer be friends. I don't want to be friends with people like that. So when I went to the protest, there was a lot of good energy of thousands of people that were there for the same reason, for the same cause, with the same type of love in their heart. And I grew up in Riverside, and we were right there on University and Market.
In the heart of Riverside.
Yes, and it made me so emotional. I started to cry because I was like, this is beautiful. Like, this is democracy.
Yeah.
Like, this is what we do. It's always, we saw it in the fires,
It's
too.
like, it is democracy, but at the end of the day, like, people really do ask the question. Like, yes, we can march, but you wake up the next morning and it's still the same fucking president.
Yes. Oh, it's not going to happen
You know what
in
I'm
one
saying?
day.
Ugh,
Look
my
at the
God.
civil rights movement.
But I think some people
and how many people lost their lives
I know.
for the civil rights movement. There's so many iconic people that came out of that movement because they chose to not give up. And they chose to go out there day after day after day until change
happened.
You know? Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't happen. And I know people get discouraged, like, well, what's the point of protesting? First of all, it's a way for your voice to be heard, right? But there's more ways to protest than to being in the streets. You can call your elected leaders. You could get on their phone and call again and again and again and again. You could show up to school board meetings. You could show up to your city meetings. You can help people.
Send letters to the White House. I mean, people are writing to the White House.
The White House is staffed with a bunch of ignorant, idiotic, bootlicking people. They have no backbone. Like, how anybody can respect the United States at this moment with our leadership is beyond me, because the way that I see these people speak in press conferences, there's no couth. There's no decorum. There's no, like, we expect more from our children when they walk into family gatherings to say, hi, hello, how are you? Nice to meet you, right?
Yeah.
But these people can talk out both sides of their mouth and people just applaud the stupidity and the ignorance.
Yeah, to me, like, it's so hard because to me, like, I've always said this. I don't really like getting into politics, but it's so
But you have to,
so
because
hard.
politics is going to be so far up your ass.
It's so hard to not say something. You know what I mean? Like as much as I like to stay on the neutral side, when it comes to like the things that are happening super close.
Okay,
to
but
home.
let me ask you.
Living in LA County and seeing that it's happening at stores down the street from where I live, and it's just like all the car washes in my city are closed. Like little things, and I'm just like, oh my God, like what happened? And this is what I personally don't like about the administration is like all the gaslighting that happened when it came time for voting and elections.
What do you mean gaslighting?
Yeah,
his track record, this man's track record is that of a liar. If anybody chose to believe otherwise, the gaslighting didn't come from him. You gaslit yourself.
I'm just saying a lot of Latinos, for some reason, believed that he was going to do something for them, beginning with the Cuban community in Miami. There's still people that, even though there's people getting deported left and right, they're like, we still believe that Trump is going to bring change. And it's just like, you don't see what's happening around you?
And it's obviously this hits close to home because in California, we have such a humongous immigrant community and we see it going down right in front of our face all around us, and it hurts. It hurts me for sure. Like, I cannot be neutral. I don't know how you can be neutral when it comes to politics. I have a black husband. I have immigrant father. I am a woman. Like, being neutral is such a fucking luxury, number one, and it's such a privileged standpoint. Like, why do you think that you would rather be neutral? Like, why?
No, my approach to politics ever since I started my career I never talked about politics on the radio. It was just
you're not on the radio anymore.
I know, but that stayed with me. I just stayed neutral when it comes to, I have my own beliefs. This is how what is me. I can't change what's happening in the world, right?
But you can be a voice for people who cannot speak for themselves.
So, but
that's
I'm telling
what
you about
happens
me.
when you
I'm
step
telling
out
you
of
about me.
neutrality.
First of all, one person told me when I was on the radio, you should run for LA mayor, because bitch, I was on the streets with the people. I am about the people. I am about community. But I've never been one that's like, I'm not like a civil activist. I'm just not that person. Let me tell you I
understand that.
I'm saying I've always been neutral when it comes to politics because that's how I am. I don't like to get involved.
That's not a good enough reason.
I don't like to get involved in the
like
messiness of the Republican and Democrat. That's just not who I am, Susie. That's just not who I am.
That's like me telling my husband, like, why are you such a dick to me? Because that's just how I am. Would that be an acceptable answer from your spouse?
No, but that's a crazy comparison.
No, that's not a good enough
But
reason.
I'm just saying, in these moments right now in life, I can't be neutral. I have, my approach to politics has always been a neutral one. I've always been like that. I just don't like to get involved in it. You're activated because of what's happening right now, but you've been pretty neutral to politics too.
No?
You've never been like, since when have you been all political?
Girl, I've always had a voice and a
you've
position.
Always talked out, but you've never been like super duper political. Nobody in our family
I'm not
really
a politician.
has. You know what I mean?
I'm not a politician, but I've always taken a stance.
Yeah, so
it's always been clear what side I stand on.
So my thing is like I've always just approached politics neutral.
Ambiguity is a safety net. When people don't know where you stand, they can't really talk shit to you. They can't really point you out. That ambiguity is a safety net. I've never been ambiguous. You always know where I stand. During all the BLM
and
protests.
There's people like you, and there's people that are more neutral like me,
but
and there's no right and there's no wrong. But what I'm saying for me, for you there is, Susie, because that's who you are.
No, think about it like this.
But you
have a
right
black
now,
daughter.
Yeah.
let's say you were no longer here to be able to protect her. The people that are around her now, would you like them to be ambiguous if her rights as a black woman were being threatened?
No.
Absolutely not.
So that's what I'm saying.
So that's why we speak
but,
up.
But I'm just saying, for me, now it hits close to home because our dad was an immigrant. This is where we come from. And my daughter is a mixed little girl. So
when they see her, they're not going to see mixed.
I can't be neutral in this climate, in this life, and in this world that we're living in. And there's people that may be like me, and there's people that may be like you. There's people that have just always been a little bit more neutral to politics because they don't feel like it's such a big problem that's been happening for so many fucking hundreds and thousands of years.
And if it wasn't for the people that stood up for it, you know where we would be as women?
I know.
Do you know where the black community would be as a whole?
I'm not saying I don't know. I'm not saying I'm not aware of it. I'm just saying that my stance towards politics has always been more neutral. But now in the day and age that we're living in, I cannot be neutral about the way politics are shifting and the way it's moving. And good for me, right? Like maybe we need to wake up and have more of a voice and take more of a stance. But I've always just approached politics in a more neutral way. That's just who I am. And it's not because I'm ambiguous. It's just
ambiguity.
I don't get involved. I just don't like getting involved in all that messy shit.
This is what happens. People don't like to get involved in the things that don't affect them. But now that it affects you, because now you're a mom and you have another little person to protect and you have a daughter of color, because when they see her, they're not going to see a mixed little girl. The first thing they're going to see is a black girl.
Yeah.
First thing. Then once they meet her mom, then they might be like, oh, okay, she's mixed. But that's not what society is going to see. And I see that a lot happening now with people that voted for this administration. They're like, oh my gosh, I didn't know this was going to happen. And now my dad is deported and it wasn't supposed to be this way. Okay, so you were okay for other people getting hurt. And you voted in this cruel administration because they showed us who they were a long time ago. But now that it touched your home, now you want to advocate. Girl, what happened? Where is your empathy for people? Because I'm not an immigrant, girl. I'm second generation Latina.
Yeah.
I'm quote unquote safe, right? I have lighter skin. I don't know if I would be considered passable. I doubt it. But much more passable than, let's just say, a black Panamanian immigrant or a black Panamanian second generation woman, right? I've never had an abortion, nor do I plan to. It doesn't mean that all these things that are affecting people, I shouldn't be able to be a voice for them. Just because it doesn't personally and directly affect me. I'm not black, but so many people that I love are. I will be in the streets fighting for their rights. I will be in the streets fighting for women's rights. I will be in the streets fighting for immigrants' rights because it's not just. It's inhumane, right? And I saw this girl talking the other day and she was like, let's stop talking. It was a black lady. And I was like, you know what? This is a valid point because even I've done this. She was like, let's stop. When we make arguments for the Latino community, let's stop talking about their utility. Oh, who's going to pick the fruit?
Who's going to clean the hotels?
Who's going to watch your children? Like, there's so much more than what they do. How about let's just advocate for them because they are human beings?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, me quedó el saco. Because I was like, I have said that before. Like, man, the world's going to, California for sure, it's going to come to a screeching halt. If we don't
It's already happening.
The support, right? The workforce that is the immigrant community. But then I thought, man, she's right because there's so much more than that.
I know, but I mean, I think a lot of people say that because that's the community that's directly being affected, is the working community of immigrants. Like the Latinos, because I've heard those videos too, and I'm just like, and everyone's like, well, you got to remember Latinos, they're doctors, they're lawyers. Well, those motherfuckers are safe. Like that,
yes and no.
If you're out here with an amazing career and you're a U.S. citizen,
no.
I mean, even though U.S. citizens, which is another thing that's bullshit, are being held and they're having, I mean, like, there's people that I know that are walking around with their passports.
I'm one of them. I have my land passport in my purse. They're not asking questions.
I literally was like, do I need to put my passports in my purse? The fact that I'm even having to think about this shit. And I'm like, what kind of fucking nightmare are we living right now?
That's exactly what it is. And it's not fair to us. And imagine how we feel. And we are born here. Our mother, we were born to a citizen. Our mother is born here.
Oh my God.
Too.
I rarely log on to Facebook because I'm just not really like a Facebook girly. And I logged on today. I have a Roxy page and I have a Raquel page, like a personal page and a fan page. And I logged on and I seen this girl that I used to live next to. She posted something and I literally took a screenshot, sent it to one of my other friends, and I was like, fuck this bitch. And she put, I'm not going to lie. So it was like her name and then feeling delighted. Because I guess on Facebook you could put your mood, right? Feeling delighted. I'm not going to lie. I'm enjoying the empty streets and freeways. No traffic to and from work has been a real pleasure. You go, Trump. Book 'em, Dano. And I'm like, I literally was like. Latina con el nopal en la frente. And all her comments were like some were like, you're, yeah, girl. And some of them were going in on her. And she was like, I know who I am. Your words don't affect me. And I literally was going to go in on her on comments, but I just unfollowed her. I unfriended her, like from Facebook, because I'm like, but I'm not going to lie, y'all. I've been in comments, like on Instagram, ABC7, like the other day, they had a video of Big Boy
I'm in
out
everybody's
there.
comments.
I'm not
days.
gonna lie. I've been out being feisty. There's been people telling me that they're gonna unfollow me. I had a girl on our Instagram.
Be my guest.
I'm sorry, on my Snapchat. She's actually a squad follower. She says she follows the podcast. I don't remember her name, but she was like, I posted a meme of the comparison of between Hitler and Donald Trump, right? Because I've just really been looking at things closely and thinking like, wow. This is how regimes take over. This is how dictatorship kicks in. And so it was like a comparison of like Hitler used to host parades for himself. Donald Trump is hosting parades for himself. Okay, it was the Army's 250th anniversary too, but it was all about him as well. And then like Donald Trump is telling ICE to round them up, and they're rounding, immigrants up. Hitler used to round up his soldiers. Used to round up the Jews.
3,000 people a day.
And then I'm like thinking. So I posted this thing on Snapchat, and then I said, "You see the commonalities here? Like before you knew it, the Jews were like, holy shit! Like they probably thought like this is going too far on some days, and then one day they woke up and it was just they had no more power because they were completely taken over." So I posted that on my Snapchat, and this girl who follows us, she's probably watching this episode. She was like, she works for Homeland Security, and she's a follower of mine. And she goes, it's a reach that you would post something like that and like misinform your audience.
Out of here, a reach. That's basically what you call gaslighting. That's what you call gaslighting. But don't believe your lying eyes. No.
Yeah. So she was like, it's a reach, Roxy. That like you have a huge influence on Snapchat. Like, why would you post that for your people? And I said, because it's the truth. I said, before you know it, we could be taken over, and the blindfold could just be like put over our eyes if we don't really wake up to see what is happening around us. Like it is happening down the street from me. It is happening they're not criminals, bro. Every one of those people that's getting picked up is not a criminal.
Okay. In all fairness, statistically, the statistics show that 10% of the people that have been picked up are criminals.
Okay. 10%.
90% of them are not. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. We know, FBI knows where the active neighborhoods are, where MS-13 lives in the United States, where 18th Street lives in LA, where Florencia Street is, where all these active neighborhoods are, where more than likely you will find possibly some undocumented criminals. Go there.
Girl, I saw a video the other day.
They also don't deserve to be treated inhumanely, but go there.
Start there.
Don't go to the courthouse and pick up these people after they've left their immigration court hearing. All the arguments for, well, they should do it the legal way. What about the ones that are
trying to?
Right? And for this lady that had the audacity, that's what you call audacity. Anybody that tells you don't believe your lying eyes, to tell you that, I get it. It's her job.
Well, that's what I told her. I said,
you know what? Indoctrinated. It's the colonization.
Girl, she's trying to go down a history lesson with me. And I said, look, I'm not going to block you because I could have a conversation with you, and because you're part of the sister squad. Otherwise, the bitch would have been blocked.
I'd have blocked her.
But I didn't block her because she wasn't rude. But I wasn't.
I just don't want to be.
I
friends
wasn't
with
trying to
anybody
hear.
like that.
Well, I'm not her friend. She's my friend. She's following me. I don't even know her. But she said, basically, I responded to her. I said, look, you work for Homeland Security. You're trained to think this way, to think that like, and just it's not affecting your home, and it's not affecting my home either. But it doesn't mean that I don't feel for these people that are literally at the car wash and they're like running through the car wash because an ICE agent is following
And they're
them.
getting
Like
body
what?
slammed.
Put yourself in that position of like, I'm just literally here to work. I'm here, like that one ICE video of this guy running through the field because the ICE were like, that to me is bullshit. Like,
it is.
It's the and like my girl Patty Rodriguez, who we got to bring onto the show. I got to book her on the show. She's like,
I want to bring somebody from Shirla too.
It literally is creating this trauma, like whether you're getting picked up or not. Let's just say you didn't get picked up, but your parents did. That's a trauma. That's a trauma that's gonna forever live in you. And we heard it from Shelby, or do we hear it from Shelby? That traumas live on in people for like 8 generations. Like it happened, like you're going to constantly live in fear. Who's chasing me? Oh my God, I can't go here. I have to make myself smaller. This is, it's trauma.
That's all part of the plan.
It's all part of the plan.
To keep,
Trust me, bitch, I've been reading a lot on this stuff.
Do history lessons, like our people.
She's trying to take me down a history lesson.
The Native Americans in all of the Americas, Black people that came here as slaves, the trauma that has been instilled in these people are evident generations later. And I know you told me, because we talked about you before the show got started, that she said that she was taught in Mexico.
Well, that's what she was trying to give me a history lesson.
That immigrants in Los Angeles specifically have a victim mentality. Listen, I don't know where you live, if you live in LA, and actually I don't care where you live, but I know every immigrant that I've ever met, including our own family, they didn't have a victim mentality. They're hustlers.
Absolutely not.
But they are kept under the oppressed thumb. They do have to live in shadows a lot. They can't move with the freedom that a lot of people can because they are afraid, right? That doesn't give you a victim mentality. And even if they do have a victim mentality, which I call BS, because you will see a Latino, an immigrant out in the street selling flowers and oranges before you catch them begging, right? Prove me wrong. Even if that doesn't give anybody the right to hunt them down like animals. And for any Latino, 5th generation, 1st generation, I don't give a damn. To have that stance, you are such a sellout. You are such a sellout because right now it's them. Right now it's them. And we think we're safe. But then what happens? What happens then when they want to go a step further and they want to just do ethnic cleansing, period, and they start to do genealogy tests on us and we don't have a choice because we didn't speak up now. And then they start to separate us here. And now you come with us, whether you like it or not. I don't care if you're 10th generation. If you are Latino and you don't speak a lick of Spanish, you still come with us.
Yep.
They will never choose us over them ever. Ever. History shows us that. So for anybody to say, oh, you're reaching? No, I'm not. I'm trying to protect myself now before it's too freaking late.
But the thing is, a lot of people don't think that the United States has the capability of like going that far. And
because that's why a lot of people was great
stay
and
quiet.
Justice for all and all this bullshit.
That's why a lot of people are staying quiet. And like for example, this girl, like I unblocked. I could not believe. I was like, esta hijo de puta, like is so paisa. Like the way she looks. And I'm like, you're gonna say that about your people?
I think I know who you're talking about. Does she follow me too?
On Facebook? I don't know.
I don't go on Facebook ever.
I'm rarely on Facebook, and that's like one of the first things that I saw, and I'm just like, oh my God. But anyways, this woman was trying to tell me on Snapchat that she went to school in Mexico and that she learned in Mexico.
Is it her?
Yes. Yeah. Oh my God, bitch.
I don't know how I knew that.
Yeah.
Well, I know that she's your old neighbor.
Oh my God. She used to be.
Go ahead and block her
on Facebook.
Even though she hasn't said jack to me.
On Facebook.
I
Is
don't
that
care.
in Facebook or Instagram?
This is Instagram,
Oh,
but I
okay.
just
I don't
blocked
even know.
her.
Oh, yeah. But I had to block her because I was going to go in on her. And I was like, you know what?
Que sinvergüenza con el gran nopal en la frente. And she has over. Oh, I cannot.
Yeah. Oh my God. And I sent it to one of my other homegirls and she's like, oh, she went off. She's like, I'm trembling of how angry I am.
De veras da vergüenza.
Yeah.
De veras que da vergüenza.
But this is where I just can't wrap my head around. Besides that girl telling me that she went to school in Mexico and that in Mexico, they teach them that America bought, that Mexico was bought, and so it's not stolen land because America bought Mexico from, and I'm just like.
We went to war and.
I'm like, is this what they're teaching them in Mexico?
No, they did have to buy it.
I know they did. But
Mexico was offered a sum of money first. Let's just say $40,000. Mexico said no. So the U.S. said, okay, we'll go to war.
They forcefully did it.
Right. And then they ended up buying it for half, for like $20,000.
I know, but it wasn't a handover. It was forced. Like
it wasn't friendly. That's
wasn't
like saying
friendly.
the Native Americans gave up their land. Have you ever heard of genocide? It is not that whitewashed. And that's the thing. That's where it becomes so challenging because then you have this group of Latinos that want to see it this way because they feel like they're safe and protected. And then you have those that are very passionate and they don't understand, why are you so passionate? Why do you care so much? It doesn't even affect you. Because
that's the part where people, that's the part. And you know what? Like, oh my God, it's a lot, man. It's a lot. I know people that are having anxiety from this. I know people that are going to the ER because their body is going numb from this. I mean, people that are strong take care of themselves. And I'm like, what is happening? They're just like, I have to disconnect from social media because it's a lot.
It is
every
lot.
day. It's an invasion of ICE at home, at wherever, Lowe's, Home Depot, car washes, all the Vallarta supermarkets. Like suddenly they know where all immigrants work, and like construction sites and they're like zip tying them like they're animals. And I'm just I just saw a video of the LA food market, like how all the food and the vegetables are just rotting because it's so empty. And it's just like, how dare this bitch to be like, I'm feeling delightful because the streets do feel empty in LA. And it's sad. It's fucking sad.
It is sad.
My 3 car washes are closed, like empty, closed for business. And I'm like, man, like I just feel so bad for these people. Like
we have our mobile
and it's like,
car
what
wash.
do we fucking do? Like, what do we do
Well, we
for
keep
them?
on raising our voices and we
Damn.
keep on showing up to meetings and we keep on aligning with community leaders because, again, we're not politicians. But
I could
there
never
are
be a
people
fucking
out there
crooked politician.
that are community leaders that know the
Bro,
policies
but even our
more.
community leaders are getting fucking like embarrassed and handcuffed and have you
But so
seen these
what? You
videos?
don't
Like,
give up. Even so, you don't give up.
I know. That's what it comes down to. It's
I mean, this is what I think about all the time when people have something negative to say to me because
and then
of
you
my
have
stance.
people thinking that it's all a show, it's all publicity stunts. Like, oh, that whole Alex Padilla getting arrested was all the
just
publicity
goes
stunt.
to,
And I'm like,
speaks to
what do you-
conspiracy theories.
What do you even believe these days, man?
This
It's
is the
very
thing.
frustrating.
I always tell myself, people are not going to always agree with you. That's okay. Because they didn't even believe that Jesus was the Messiah. And he got crucified for not following the rules. They tortured him. They mocked him. They killed him. So sometimes when you put your neck out on the line for other people, sometimes when you want to love people and you put your neck on line for them, it does come with negative consequences, but it doesn't mean you don't do it anyways.
Yeah.
You show up and you love these people and you provide community for them in spite of it, right?
Ay, pobrecitos. Like I can't imagine like literally the fact that I have to think about carrying my passport, which I don't have it in my wallet, but the fact that I was like, that's me being born here. Like technically, like you said, safe, right? But imagine how these immigrants are moving. They're literally probably not even coming out of their house, feeling useless because our people are the hardest working people.
Yeah.
Like, quiero ir a trabajar, necesito dinero. ¿Cómo le voy a mandar dinero a mi familia en México or El Salvador or wherever?
And then you
it's just
imagine
like
the
they're
pressure that
stuck.
puts on their kids. I saw these 2 young boys the other day. They were out with their dad's raspado cart. Young
I
boys.
saw that. I
like
saw
12
that.
and 14 years old out there making money because
their dad
So the
is scared.
trauma trickles down.
For sure.
So for any coward ass Latino to say, nope, this is the right way to approach it? No, it's
And
not.
there's a lot of
Now,
them, Susan.
Should we
It's
have
crazy how
obviously we need to have laws and rules, but quite frankly, if upper management doesn't hold regard to the laws and the rules, why should we? Question number one. But we do need to protect our people, our country. We do. From bad people. We do. Right?
Yeah,
Just this weekend
I
alone.
agree with that.
But this is not the way. This is not the way. Just this weekend alone, I saw news of 2 incidents. One was in Minnesota, where 2, a senator and a representative. The senator and her husband murdered. The representative and his wife critically injured and in the hospital. Who was the perp? A white man, a Christian nationalist. Okay. In Riverside, where I protested, later on that night at 9:30 p.m., a young girl, we don't know if she was protesting because it was in downtown Riverside. There's also bars and restaurants there. Or if she was just out and about, 21 years old, ran over in a medically induced coma. So many bones in her body broken. Who was the perp? 48 or 58-year-old white man and a white lady were arrested for the crime. So it's unfair to say that these crimes of violence are being perpetrated, I want to say, by black and brown folks. But there always needs to be a boogeyman. And when we allow them to paint that narrative that it's always us, what happens when now your child, the crime gets pinned on your child
Just because of the color
of their skin? Now you're going to want the community to rally behind you and advocate for you? Where were you when the community needed you?
Yeah.
Like, come on. It doesn't.
Like one of my boys the other day, Alex Corrad, I fucking love him. He does a lot of advertising with a lot of, he's Latino, charro, like does charreria, Pico Rivera Sports Arena, super Latino Mexicano proud, right? Good dude, good head on his shoulders, married. But he's the catalyst between big brands and the Latino community. So he just did this video. I was like, hell yeah, I was all up in his shit. I will lose
so many business opportunities. So he just
did this whole video. He was just like, he's like, listen, y'all, I don't even know where to begin on how many people are staying quiet that I would have never thought would have stayed quiet about what is going on around us. Because let's be real, like what's going on around us, it's beyond the criminals. Like it's inhumane. It's just not right, right? And Alex never really speaks up. He's about his business. He gets his money. He's a good family man. So I was
we would all love that.
Yeah, exactly. But I feel like this is activating a lot in a lot of people. It really is. It has in me. It has in Alex. Like people that it's just activating, which is good. It's a good activation. And so he was just like, it's funny how when Hispanic Heritage Month kicks in, which is in September, all these brands are calling me. Like, bro, we want to do this crazy campaigns.
They want their token Hispanics,
Jeep,
huh?
GMC, Chevy, the Dodgers, Major League Baseball.
God, don't even get me started on them right now.
All these brands that have thousands and millions of dollars in advertising dollars, because advertising is a huge thing, right? And I have a lot of friends in advertising and marketing. And he's like, y'all, once comes August, July, they're already like, hey, we got to start talking about the budget for Hispanic Heritage Month, which is in September, because everybody wants our dollars, right? Everybody wants to they want to tap into the Latino market because it is a huge spending market. So he was just like, where are you guys now? I haven't heard from any of you guys. From Jeep.
Should have tagged me on his page.
I'll tag you on his page. He's the best. And he called me yesterday, but I was in the middle of doing Pilates, and I have to call him back. But I think he wants to like create this. He wants to create a movement, and Alex is very smart.
Connect me with him.
And he called out Mario Lopez. He called out A-Rod because he's done work with them. He was
Where's
like,
Jennifer?
Where are you guys at? Where are you guys at? What? He was like, Mario, we did a documentary on you, on how proud you are to be a Mexican American. Like, where are you, bruh? Like.
They're afraid of losing their jobs. They're afraid of losing their sponsorships.
And then I went on Mario Lopez's page, and I'm like, damn, he hasn't said, he posted like one thing, and it was in his stories, and it disappears after 24 hours. And he said he had like A-Rod had posted something about something like nothing to do with what's happening, just like about a show or something that he's doing. He was just like, bro, you're not reading the room. Nobody cares about that project right now. Everybody cares that you speak up. And anyways, it was just like, it's incredible how much they need us, but yeah, it's incredible how much like they disregard us.
Yes.
Too, you know? And
they drink the Kool-Aid that we're the boogeyman and we're not.
Yeah.
We're such a beautiful, multicultural, multicolor community, right? Like being Latino is far more than just being Mexican. And then when you mix that with our American heritage as well, you're Latino American, it's so beautiful to be 100% of both, the 200%ers, right?
Yeah.
And
Becky
for
G always says
anybody
that.
to discount us and then people that don't have the same status. I was just talking with Daisy, our makeup artist, and I was like, I could never fix my mouth to say, oh, well, they should have migrated here properly because our family did. Everybody from our family came here through the legal
but
route.
I mean,
but that's irrelevant.
But at one point, it wasn't right.
But it's irrelevant.
I don't think you know what I don't like. You know what I don't like personally. I know if this was really about immigration, the Latino community wouldn't be singled out. I don't see anything about Asians. I don't see anything about Italians, French. I know a couple people that are Italian that are here illegally. Like they're not targeting that. That's what the fucking problem is right there, is the singling out of Latinos.
Because we're
like,
easy target.
Who hurt you, Donnie? And then I posted that the other day because when I hear Donald talk, I hear just a hurt, wounded kid that is just a big-ass bully. To me, he seems like a big-ass bully. Like, when they asked him the other day, like, hey, have you reached out to
right.
Senator Waltz? Oh, no, I don't need to reach out to that whacked-out man. Like, sir, you're just... Forget that you're the president. You're in a leadership position. Like, does a leader really speak that way? Is that presidential? And I'm just listening to him talk.
There's
I don't know
no
if he was
such
getting
thing anymore.
I don't know if he was getting into his Air Force One or whatever the fuck I don't know where he was, but it sounded like an airplane. And I'm like, who speaks that way?
This moron.
As a leader of the fucking most powerful country in the world, you're going to say some stupid shit like that? Like, it just makes me lose. This dude he's an emotional walking time bomb. And everything is emotion based. And I actually made the comparison the other day on my Instagram, on my Snapchat, of like the way he mentions the old administration. I'm like,
God.
imagine
his head rent free.
Imagine being in a relationship with somebody. And you're in a relationship with this man or this woman, but as the ladies, right? As with the man, and he's constantly, well, you know, my ex used to do the dishes like that. The enchiladas my ex made were amazing. Girl, you know my ex wore white. I would be like, motherfucker, what? Like, who are you in love with? Like, are you with me, or you're with me, but your mind is over there? So you're in the wrong relationship here. When I hear him reference the old administration all the time, I'm like, why? They're gone. You're here. Why reference back to it?
I think
so
deep
much.
down in his soul, because I have read books about his father, he feels very inadequate. And in reality, I think that he is. I don't think he's primed to be a leader. He is not a good leader. All of his businesses have failed.
Yeah.
Right? Like
A lot of them, yeah.
But somehow, some way, I don't know if it's just America's affinity with whiteness, America's affinity with quote unquote power because he talks tough.
Oh, the other day,
But
too.
Taco, right? Trump always chickens out.
What do you mean Taco?
That's the new like what is it called?
Oh, Trump Taco means what?
Trump always chickens out.
Oh my!
Taco.
Oh, it's called an acronym.
Yeah, that's the acronym for him.
Taco.
Uh-huh.
Trump always.
Yeah.
I mean, the way he backpedaled
Everything. He backpedals
No, but
everything.
he gaslights the public like that.
Oh, so-
and I'm
and
like,
the public
but in my
is
head,
so-
I'm like, as I study this more and read about this shit, I'm like, do y'all not see this shit? Like, and this is why everybody's okay being gaslit. Because I'm like,
I'm not.
The way he was like, I'm gonna stop immigration from the hospitality and the farm workers and and then 2 days later he was just like, nope, I take that back.
Do you think
and I'm
he's
like,
bipolar?
What the fuck? Like, you just said one thing and now you're like, these poor people probably felt some relief. Like, gracias Dios que puedo, piscar.
Yeah, but how
fruta en
hypocritical
paz.
is that too? Because he's a hotelier. So that would only benefit him.
Exactly. But he took it back anyways. So I'm just like, bro. Oh
what
my
I don't
God.
understand, honestly, and we could talk about this forever because there's just so much to
And
talk
some
about.
people are going to like this and some people are going to
I
hate
don't
this
care.
conversation.
Hang up if you don't like it.
Hang up.
Hang up if you don't like
Just
it.
press stop.
What was I going to tell you?
Something that you don't understand.
Oh, is how we have branches of like these political branches. We have the Congress and we have the Senate filled with spineless people that just say, okay, yes, sir. No matter how stupid, how ridiculous, how outlandish, how irresponsible it is.
It's because they're afraid of him.
Why?
Because there's going to be consequences. Like,
What?
honestly, I'm not going to lie. When I heard about the whole, that whole thing that happened in Minnesota, I literally, first thing I thought of was like, that was a Trump hit. I just thought that in my head. Like, he ordered that.
I don't think he would be that stupid.
I
don't.
do. I mean, not him, but I mean,
think
his
he's-
minions,
I
absolutely.
think he is radicalizing enough people the same way that you see people radicalized for their religion. Like when we had 9/11, they were radicalized. I think he's radicalizing enough Americans that we're going to see more and more political violence
God.
in the name of America. Absolutely, I think that. And it's so sad. It's
is.
so sad because this land is your land. This land is our land. They teach us that, right?
Or
From
the
a little
Pledge
kid.
of Allegiance.
Let me
Where
tell you
did
a story.
I go? When we did the Pledge of Allegiance, Diego's graduation, I swear, I put my hand over my
I
heart
didn't.
and I just stayed quiet.
And you can be
I'll-
mad at me if you
And
want to.
I was like, I don't know how I feel about pledging allegiance to the flag of the United States
No,
of America.
I
right now.
haven't
It feels
pledged
so
allegiance
fake.
in a long time because I'm not pledging allegiance to a flag. I pledge allegiance to my God that I serve, and that's final.
But
when
you see
Robert
how
was-
the education system teaches you that
yes,
at a young age?
it's they
Indoctrinate you. bitch.
Yes,
That's the
yes.
word. I do not want Ross to be indoctrinated.
So listen, when when the whole Black Lives Matter movement got started, right? Robert was like, I don't think it's fair the way that they're treating Colin Kaepernick. We have freedom of speech, and he's kneeling, and he has the right to do that.
I mean, dude,
But
that
they
fool got
took
like completely
Blackballed.
blackballed.
Okay. So Robert said, Mom, do I have to do the Pledge of Allegiance at school? And I said, you don't. I said, do you want to? And he was like, I don't, because I think it's fake. It feels fake. And I said, okay.
Then don't.
I said, then you don't have to. He's like, well, what happens if I get in trouble? I said, you can stand your ground
Have them call me.
and you can have them call me. If any of your teachers have an issue with it, they'll send you to the office, I'm sure, and they can call me and I'll have the discussion for you. And he was like, okay. And so since
Did it happen?
I think, no, nobody called me.
I was gonna
Nobody
say
called me.
you have the
but
right.
he decided that he was not going to pledge allegiance because in his young heart, he understood that it's fake. It's just lip service.
Yeah.
And I know, and it's no disrespect to the military men and women because when I see them, I greet them and I thank them. But pledging allegiance to the flag is not disrespectful to them because I am respectful to them and to their service. And I will advocate for the veterans that need their services not cut either, right? But saying I pledge allegiance to the flag when it's like with liberty and justice for all, it's not true.
Yeah, what happened to the liberty and justice for all?
Yeah. All right,
And
guys. Chris said we got to wrap it up.
And to the people, oh my God, I saw you in the comments because I've been seeing you in the comments of some of the posts because we probably follow the same accounts of like how this lady was like, immigrants pay taxes.
I was like, I know you're joking.
Oh my God. Like, but a lot of the MAGA followers they don't know shit.
Read
Like
a
they
book.
don't know. They're like, you don't know that immigrants pay taxes? Like, you know they get a number?
because they
like
believe
the IT number?
whatever he says, they believe, and that's Bible.
Oh, but come on. That's a lack of education. So I saw people going in on that lady on the
Bro, I've
comments.
been in
like,
everybody's
lady,
comments like, are you for real right now?
I'm out there. I'm keyboard banging on
There was
social
this
media
other
right
lady,
now.
you
with
know,
people.
I send you her page. I'll wrap it up after this, Chris. I send you her page, and she's that white girl, and she has like long nails, and she knows.
Oh, she's like a redhead?
Yeah, and she knows the Bible
Yes,
inside and out
yep.
because she was raised in a super strict right-winged evangelical home.
I know, that's
until
why she is how she
broke
is,
free,
yeah.
right? But she knows the Bible inside and out. Like she went to Bible school, theology, like all that. She slaughtered this guy named John. So I just went on her comments and I was like, rest in peace, John. Because she destroyed him in the most Christian way, but just with facts. Like, she destroyed him.
I bet you her family don't talk to her.
And they don't.
Yeah, I'm sure.
She said she recently got, her father's deceased now, but she said she recently got a letter from one of her father's old friends telling her how ashamed her father would be of her because of the stance she's choosing.
God.
Anyhow.
Oh my God. Religion is crazy, man. Anyways, you guys, I'm on the flip side. I'm going to tell you guys, we didn't even get to our rant or highlight.
This was my rant.
Yeah. But I have to tell you guys I have
a highlight too.
A super duper highlight that I'm super fucking proud of. And it's happening. And oh my God, I thought it was never going to happen. But it finally happened. And I'm telling you on the flip side of what it is. Okay? So we're coming right back.
Two sisters, two voices.
You think it, we say it.
Straight up sisters.